Hello, my name is Berni Xiong, Life Spark with Berni Xiong LLC at bernixiong.com. Today is Monday, June 27th, 2011, and this is episode 27 of Get a Life Spark. It's the golden birthday, guys. Anyway, there wasn't an episode last week, obviously, because we took Get a Life Spark on the road. First stop was Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thank you, Milwaukee. It was a great time. You were all so insightful. It was great participation, great energy in the room. I took a lot away from the workshop, being the one facilitating it. Areas I would want to keep, areas I would want to improve, and thank you so much for your feedback to help me better understand what worked and what didn't work for you, and what would you like to see more of. And it's so exciting for me because this is definitely something that hasn't been done before. In terms of workshops I've done in the past have been predetermined. The information was more contrived. I was over prepared. I was willing to put together something that I believed would be best for everybody. And in an essence, it was hard for me to be flexible at the time, to be able to cater to each attendee and tailor the workshop to meet their needs. So this time around, nearly 1.5 years later, getting back into doing workshops again, it was amazing for me to see the difference in being able to tailor a workshop as we went along for each attendee that showed up, because it served them more of a purpose to show up and to be able to create something of their own that served their needs and objectives that day, that week. And so with that said, thank you again, everybody. It was such great information. While I was in Milwaukee, I also had an opportunity to network with some people I've known quite some time in my social media channels, and perhaps didn't always have the best of luck connecting offline with them. One of the people I met with was Phil Gerbishak, the Make It Great guy. He's an amazing consultant and coach. He helps small businesses and startup companies, entrepreneurs, to really understand how to leverage social media and technology to really improve their brand and increase profitability for their company. Sitting down with him was very enlightening for me. It was such an exciting time to be able to talk to somebody who shares similar strife as I have, who's gone down the similar path that I have, and perhaps have done some things I haven't been able to do, and vice versa. And it was such a great exchange of ideas and information. And so this week's topic of discussion is really dedicated to the theme of that conversation I had with Phil. And it's, why don't we do what we love? And why aren't we keeping it simple? So this week's topic of discussion, do what you love and keep it simple. And here's what I mean by that. Back to what I was talking about. In 2008, when I did my first workshop, what I did was I had to be over-prepared, because that was the old Berni. The old Berni couldn't do things off the cuff, or didn't think she could, and had to be super prepared, had to be super organized, and had to have contrived information ready to go. She couldn't deviate from the outline that she created, because then she felt that she fell short or that she failed from what the initial agenda was for the workshop. And little did she know that as the years went on, obviously with the coaching training that she received, in addition to a lot of the amazing resources she had around her and the mentors who gave her great advice, she learned that it was better to be able to be flexible enough to cater to the objectives and the needs and the agenda of the clients that she's serving. And so this week's workshop, the Get a Life Spark tour in Milwaukee, did just that. I had a lot of information I knew that I would be ready and prepared to share if we went down that road. And I knew, generally speaking, some of the things that got in people's way that we would need to break through in order for them to achieve greater success. But what I allowed the workshop to do was to tailor the workshop activities and the flow to accommodate those in the workshop who needed a greater understanding of the things that they were specifically dealing with. And so we tailored the workshop to meet their needs and objectives. And that is us keeping it simple. That is us using what we know and giving the information to those who need it. The demand was created by those individuals. Why don't we use the information, seek knowledge for the needs and objectives of those people who are involved? versus pulling out contrived information from somewhere, something that makes me happy, obviously, because I prepared and planned for it. But if it doesn't serve the need of the client, then how does it even serve them? How does it serve me? And so keeping it simple, tailoring the workshops for the needs and the objectives of those involved really helped me to succeed, obviously, at being able to provide greater information and help clients gain greater clarity as they're sitting in that workshop and listening to the different concepts and the tools and the techniques used to help them achieve greater success in their life, career, or relationship. And then the second piece to that is, if you aren't loving what you do, if you're not excited about it, why are we doing it? And I love that piece, because sometimes, I've had a 9-to-5 job before, and don't get me wrong, I thought I liked it, but sometimes I didn't want to wake up in the morning. Sometimes I went to work, I wanted to just goof off and surf the internet for an hour and a half or so to get my mind off of the things that were stressing me out. And sure, there are some activities and action items that we obviously can't control because our job requires us to do it. For example, mine would be the admin work that I need to do for my coaching business. I'm a one-man show, and so I'm my own secretary, I'm the leader, I'm the manager, I'm the entrepreneur, I'm the technician, I'm everybody in my organization. Therefore, there are some things that I'm not going to enjoy doing. However, we need to do it. So we either suck it up and we do what we need to do without complaining, or we have fun doing it. We find a way to make it exciting. We turn it into a game, and we end up enjoying what we do. So first of all, if you aren't doing what you already love, you have to ask yourself, why are you doing it? Second of all, if you do absolutely need to do it and it's required for you to be successful, make it fun, make it exciting. And thirdly, if you already have all the tools and resources that you need to have fun, but at the same time to be productive and to be successful, why aren't you taking that out of your arsenal and implementing it into something that you can create to help serve others, to help serve you? It's a win-win situation for everybody. And so the conversation I had with Phil was awesome. Thank you again, Phil. You're amazing. But in addition to that, these are things that we already know. So why not take inventory of what we already know? Take that information and do something with it, something meaningful, something purposeful, something of impact, right? And so I want to kick all of you in the shin, including myself. And this week, here is my challenge. This week, I challenge you to think of one thing that you love and that excites you. And then I want you to, again, take inventory and think about the tools that you already have, the resources you already have within yourself or within your networks or within any experience or educational background, anything that you have, that you can begin implementing something to make that fun and exciting thing manifest, to make it become a reality, whatever that goal is. That's my challenge to you this week. And next week in the episode 28, we're going to be addressing some of those things. And feel free to send me an email at lifespark@bernixiong.com. Send me a message on my website. Go to bernixiong.com and click on the contact page. There's a comment box in there. Comment at the bottom of this blog and tell me what your idea is, what you're being challenged to do this week, and what you're willing to commit to until next week when we get back together again, we regroup and we talk about this. Go on Facebook. I'm at facebook.com/Berni Xiong. I'm on twitter.com/Berni Xiong. I'm on LinkedIn, Berni Xiong on there as well. Send me any information you have in terms of how you're going to move forward this week. Take action. Make it happen. I'm shin kicking you right now because believe me, you'll be thankful you did. We're halfway through the year and you've got 6 months left to go to make your goals happen. Just pick one simple yet fun and exciting thing for you to do, and let's make it manifest for you. Let's get together next week in episode 28. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm excited to see what you've got brewing this week. wearing my athletic clothes. I'm in my athletic gear because I am restarting my P90X regimen today. My neck has recovered. I'm feeling so much better. I'm full of energy. I'm motivated and inspired to get back into this fitness kick. So that's one of the challenges I have for myself yet this week as well. Today I'm starting P90X for the next 90 days. I'm going to be on this regimen. I'm going to be losing the inches in weight again, toning the body to get the six-pack that I want, in addition to challenge myself to keep it simple and do what I love. And so I can't share it yet, but I'm excited to tell you that from that conversation I had with Phil, there are some exciting things I have up my sleeve that I'm working on. And it's just a matter of time. Within the next 2 weeks, you're going to see some awesome products come out through BerniXiong.com. And it's going to help you even greater than I've been able to help you before. This is on top of the workshops, on top of the one-on-one coaching with me, on top of the inspirational speeches that I do, on top of the book that I'm still working on. This is so exciting. There are additional products coming out, so stay tuned. All right, everybody, make it a great week. Thank you so much for chiming in. I appreciate all the love, support, and encouragement you continue to give me. I'm here for you as well. Remember, first consultations are always free. So click on schedule now on the right pane of my website at BerniXiong.com. I look forward to seeing you next week, everybody. Make it great.